Hey guys, welcome to Secondhand Studios. Thank you for stopping by. This is my studio here in Fort Wayne, Indiana. We are on the top level of our old house. It's almost 100 years old. It is rickety, it is creaky. Things don't work all the time, but I love it. It's a great space, and it's actually a really inspiring space to work in. And because I spend a lot of time writing and recording here, I wanted to share it with you guys. Even though it's a small studio, and the idea of a tour is kind of laughable. But if we look around, it's this really cool space. As you can see, there's a lot of natural light. It might be messing with the autofocus and the lighting on the video, so if it does that, I'm sorry. But I actually like the fact that there's a lot of light up in here. A lot of times you go into somebody's home studio, it's kind of this dark cave atmosphere, and I get that you do that for, to get kind of a controlled sound. You throw up curtains, you throw up all of this absorption and stuff like that, and that's cool to be able to get that really, really clean, pristine sound. That's not what I wanted for my studio. I don't feel inspired when I go into those types of spaces. I don't feel lit up inside. And this space really does get me, excited to create. And it's kind of a weird sound that comes out of here. It's very idiosyncratic. It's kind of a noisy room sometimes. We have a loud road right outside the window. You can probably see cars going by. We have a train right down the road, as well as a firehouse on the opposite direction. We have a stoplight right there that has a bus stop right next to it, so you'll get like loud cars starting and stopping, loud motorcycles with speakers and like trucks that are going. And so there's times where it is really frustrating to get a clean recording out of this room, especially since I'm kind of a mediocre guitarist, and it takes me a lot of takes to do guitar tracks. Especially if I'm recording like acoustic and I'm not doing a direct in with the electric. It can be really frustrating, but when you do get a clean take, a clean sound out of it, it's really magical, and it captures some of the vibe of the room. And I like that. I like the fact that it is idiosyncratic. There's a lot of good studios even here in Fort Wayne, both bigger and home studio, where you can get a really good kind of specific clean sound. I didn't really want that. I wanted that idiosyncratic thing where it's like you can't get the sound anywhere except for here. And I like that. That's part of kind of who I am as a person and part of the art that I make. So as you can see, we got a lot of instruments here. We have a lot of drums. I started out as a drummer, and so we have a lot of drum equipment and drums. I still teach lessons from up here, both virtually and in person. I have a couple students that come by and we have lessons here. If you're interested in drum lessons, hit me up. We'll talk through some of that stuff. But we also have, a lot of kind of secondhand instruments that were gifted to us. These were instruments that, my wife and I kind of jokingly say we're an orphanage for wayward instruments. These were instruments that people didn't really want anymore, didn't have a spot for them, and we kind of took them in. And that's kind of where the name Secondhand Studios comes from. We have a lot of secondhand instruments, a lot of secondhand gear, and there's just a lot of stories to the instruments, and that kind of comes through when you play them. It's, it might be kind of difficult to get a sound out of them, or a good sound out of them, but there's a different vibe, a different feeling, and that's part of what I want to do with my music, and I think that starts to come through. So yeah, like I said, it's kind of a small room. There's not much to share. There's this cool rug that came with the house. My wife hates it. I love it. I think it ties the room together, and I'm glad I can keep it up here. But that's pretty much it. It's important to share the rug, obviously. But no, seriously, I'm glad you took the time to stop by. I'm thankful that I'm able to share this space with you guys. If you're looking to record or do lessons or something like that, definitely hit me up. We can talk about that stuff. I've had some people come in and get some really interesting recordings that have come through here. And yeah, I'm just happy that you guys took time out of your day to stop by and watch this video. And you'll be hearing some more music coming out of this space, and I'm looking forward to it. So let me know what you think. You can hit me up via email at info@kedwardsmith.com or in the comments on social media and all that stuff. If you're digging what you're seeing, make sure to follow and subscribe and all that good social media stuff. And I'll see you guys soon. Thanks so much for stopping by.